Well, it's Monday, and we're in Simpsonville, South Carolina. We saw that the storm was coming, and we decided to winterize the house and come down to Simpsonville just in case. Well, it turns out that that was one of the best decisions that Lois ever made, because we have just been notified that the power won't be on in our house in North Carolina until Friday of this week. That means it will be nearly a solid week with no power, which would mean no water, it would be no electric heat, and certainly no television. So we're thankful to be down in South Carolina and where it's warm. We can watch television. We can get out with the car and get around, and all of those things probably are not possible on the mountain. Going backwards from Revelation to Genesis, we're now in Philippians in chapter 4. One of those things that really applies to today's lifestyle with the power off in North Carolina. And it says, "I rejoice in the Lord greatly, that now at last you have received your concern for me. Indeed, you were concerned before, but you lacked opportunity. Not that I speak from want, for I have learned to be content in whatever circumstances I am. I know how to get along with humble means, and I also know how to live in prosperity. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of being filled and going hungry, both of having abundance and suffering need. I can do all things through him who strengthens me." Now, I've got to tell you, to learn to be content in every circumstance will give you a peace that passes all understanding. And to understand that God is on his throne even when things aren't going your way is a wonderful thing. I'm thankful that many of the people on the mountain have their own generators, and that they have, as long as they have propane to run them, power in their houses to at least get by with the essentials. And I wanted to see this snowstorm up there because they were going to get several inches, and it's so beautiful when it snows. But I am very thankful that Lois talked me into coming down and getting out of the house during this week, almost a week, that it'll be without power. That would be a miserable time with no water and with no electricity. And even though we would have enough heat through the propane gas heat that we have, we would not freeze to death, but it certainly would be miserable. Being content. I wonder how many of us can really say that we are content when we don't have everything that we'd like to have. I wonder how many of us recognize that we have so much more than most of the people in this world. And then I wonder if we really claim this verse that says, "I can do all things through him who strengthens me." Now notice, I think in verse 12, I guess it's verse 11, "I have learned to be content." That's not something that comes natural. You just ask a baby with wet diapers. We have to learn to be content with our circumstances. But there is a promise at the end of these verses in chapter 4, verse 19, where it says, "And my God will supply all your needs according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus." Now, he didn't say he'd meet all of our wants, but he did say he'd meet all of our needs. And I'm thankful that I have a God that meets all of my needs. I'm thankful that I have a God who allowed us to be able to get away from the hardships of the winter on the mountain and to be able to be safe in a warm house. But most of all, I'm thankful for my salvation. And I'm learning to be content in whatever my circumstances. And I hope that you too are learning to be content in whatever your circumstances. And that's my thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.